So give us your first name and how old are you?
I'm Ryan, I'm 34 years old.
Yeah. And what's your addiction?
Methamphetamine.
And how long were you caught up in addiction for?
I've been caught up in addiction for well over 17 years.
How old were you when you first started?
I was around 15 when I started smoking cones.
And to give me a couple of examples of like the worst parts of your life over the last 17 years, what did meth and the drugs do to you?
The worst part would be the homelessness, the hopelessness, the brokenness, and definitely when my children got taken off me from DCP.
How'd that happen?
So me and my kid's mum, we spiraled out of control on the ice. We weren't there emotionally for our kids. And I dropped off my kids at my parents one day, went on a bender, never came to pick them up, and they were smart enough to go to DCP and have the kids removed from us.
And what effect did that have on you?
For me, it was a real turning point. You realise when you lose something that you truly love, and that for me was my breaking point with the kids. I was never really there for them, and then when I lost them, I realised how much I really did love them, and that's when my relationship with the kid's mum just totally spiralled out of control.
And how long ago was that?
That was well over, I'd say, about 8-9 years ago, around 2016.
And what else happened after that?
After that, I fell into just hanging around some pretty colourful people. Got into, a lot of trouble. I was lucky to escape from getting into jail or ending up in, the morgue. Some of the things I was doing was just absolutely putrid.
And have you tried to change before?
Yeah, so this is my second time at Shalom. I came in at 2017, did 17 months in the program. I didn't really want a bar of God. I thought I could do it on my own strength. And I actually didn't listen to you, Pete, and I thought, I can go out there and do it myself. So I spat on God. I walked out from the program. 2 weeks later, I relapsed back on the ice. And then over 6 years, it was, when they say things get worse, it really did get worse for me. I didn't think it could get any worse, but it did get worse.
And what happened?
So I kept trying to do things in my own strength. So I went back to what I knew, which was driving road trains. I drove road trains since I was about 20, 21. And with long hours and isolation, meth use just came back into the equation. And then over time, I lost my license for DD, and I actually found myself selling drugs. And on that side of the world, I never thought I'd really get involved in. And it really spiraled out of control for me.
So what brought you to end yourself this time?
What brought the end of myself was, I remember one day my daughter called me up and she said, "Dad, what are you doing?" And I was sitting in a room, sticking needles in my arm, going absolutely nowhere. I kind of gone through that high of drug dealing and then fell into the lows of then falling back into being a full-blown junkie. And I remember her just saying, "Dad, I want you to take me surfing." And I knew then and there it was her crying out, saying that she needed me. She was 10 years old, about to turn 11. I knew she was crying out for me. So, that led into my just thought of getting better and changing myself again and digging deep and asking God, to help me. And that's what brought me back to Shalom.
And so you've been back here 6 months?
Yeah, been back 6 months.
What's changed since you've been back?
What changed is the first week I come in, I was laying around, I was coming down, been on a big bender, and remember one day I just thought, you got to get up, you got to get going. Like I had to do my wash and I had to make my bed, I had to get up, and I thought, if I can do this program the same way I did it last time, and I won't really get the results, or I can put 150% into everything I do. So since then I put 150% in. I opened my heart up to God and I let him in, because I got God in my mind, but I didn't open my heart up to him. And since then things have just been, it's been amazing. The peace, everything that you were trying to teach me, I've finally got now.
So restored all the relationships and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, so I've got my mum and dad back on the page. I've just on Sunday I went to go see my daughter, spend time with my daughter. I'm getting everything back restored to me.
And the best and the worst thing about Shalom?
The best thing is just all the brothers around me, all the people that just come alongside you. And the worst thing is I actually got nothing bad to say about Shalom at all.